having me up again. Bonus time. Oh, if we can get the computer to work. Oh, look, there's Facebook. So instead of a PowerPoint, have you ever seen someone actually log into their different accounts and show you what they're doing, right? Because normally when you see a PowerPoint, someone's talking about an idea, but they're not really giving you all the information, right? And so you then come back from the conference thinking, well, what information do I not have, or how do I repeat the same result that they have? So I want to show you some of these things. So tomorrow, we're going to be with our friends over at Fiverr. You guys know Fiverr? And we have a course that we'll give you if you want to see it. This is called our personal branding course. And the reason why I'm so excited about, I'm giving it to you for free, so there's no charge. The reason why I'm so excited about this is because I believe everything in digital marketing is coming from personal branding, right? No matter what you're selling, you can always tie it back to some kind of knowledge. You can tie that knowledge all the way back to relationships and people. And with all the, oh, I gotta be back on stage. With all the things like ad disapprovals on Facebook and the cost of traffic on the major channels going up, you need to have backup accounts. But more than because of that, it gives you, like, remember I showed you the topic wheel yesterday where you have lots and lots of people and you're telling stories from these people. Those are all different ad accounts that tie to different topics. Those all allow you to resonate and drive sales all the way to the hub of what your topic wheel is. So let me show you a few key components from here. So you might think, well, personal branding, why do I care about that? I'm here to drive sales. I need, CPA and ROAS and click-through rate and landing page conversion. But really, deeper than that, stop there, go back. Deeper than that, you have to convince people to pull out their credit card and buy. And if you just come out and say that, then it's like treating women like prostitutes, like, oh, I want to marry you. And maybe that's what you have to do. That's what you want, but you have to go through these different stages of building relationship. If you have the tracking, if you can assemble the structure to do that, you can do it in a profitable way, but it means that you have to have a little bit more patience than most of us, right? Even though, week to week we have to be able to show that what we're doing is profitable. So this is how we want to do this at scale. We do this across many personal brands. Starting on the left side, so goals, content, and targeting are those combinations of stories that we then turn into different assets that we then share across many, many channels. I've not seen anybody here really talk about this because they're so focused on SEO or PPC or display or whatever it is. Anything that's working on one channel, you can multiply over into another channel. And then you can run ads against it. All right, let's go to Chrome. And I'll show you a couple examples of this. Let's look at that second tab on LinkedIn. This is a post from, now she's 2 years ago now, right? And what I'll do is I'll test either in an email to our list or on Facebook or YouTube. I'll just test. I'll put some content out here. And this one, it's kind of hard to see. Hey, I charged $2,000 for a $100,000 project, but the client was pissed and all these bad things happened, and later I just regretted doing this. I was trying to do a favor, but so I tell this whole story, and notice I'm doing this one line at a time. This is what works on LinkedIn. And in general, people can't read whole paragraphs. It's hard, right? They need something light and quick, go to the bottom. And this post got 2 million views on LinkedIn, just on my personal profile, 8,000 likes, about 1/10 the number of comments. And what's interesting is you see that there's a half-life. There's a decay factor on social, different decay factors. So Twitter, maybe it lasts 15 minutes on average to get to the half-life. Facebook, maybe it's 2 hours. LinkedIn, maybe it's a day and a half to 2 days. So after about 4 or 5 days, that's where you've gotten most of the ROI. YouTube, maybe it's a hump shape because you get some stuff initially if you got a channel, and then over time it builds. Web stuff, it will grow over time. So if you're aware of these different decay cycles, then what you can do is you can ride that wave all the way down, right? So I knew within the first couple hours that this post was going to take off and hit several million views. Why? Because I know what the velocity looks like. I know what it looks like on Facebook, for example. Like if I get more than 10% engagement on Facebook, I know that's going to take off, right? And that's what you need to know. I can do this on any particular network, not because I'm special, but because I know what the numbers are that I need to hit. Now, if I find something that's a winner, so if you find something that's a winner in your creative, in any of your campaigns, in your email subject lines, like wherever you find a winner somewhere, the next thing to be thinking about is how do I extend that and get more out of it, right? I don't want to have to keep trying to come up with new things. I want to try to get more out of what's working. So I thought, well, I know I'm pretty well known in the media, so why don't I try to take this and try to extend it and get more play out of this? Because there's something about this story that causes people to resonate. And of course you have to know why that is, which is the goals, content, and targeting. Right? Content and targeting. What are you saying? Targeting. Who are you saying it to? The intersection between that. Google calls it a quality score. Facebook calls it a relevance score. Yahoo, we call it a quality index. But you understand that the connection between those two, right? If you understand that. It's not about how good you are at tuning ads. It's like you really have to understand psychology. So now do a Google search on my name and, oh shoot, what is it? Broetry, right? I invented this word broetry, right? So Dennis Yu, broetry, B-R-O-E, no, not road trip, B-R-O-E-T-R-Y. And look at the first one. No, not the first one. Actually, go back and type in Reuters. Yep, no, include that. That's fine, space, R-E-U-T-E-R-S. So Reuters, no, you typed in war. R-E-U-T-E-R-S. Yep. So Reuters is, no, you can go down, it'll take, when they make a suggestion, you can go down and it'll fill in all those items. All right, look at that one. So click on that. And I thought, well, something is working here and there's a reason why people are resonating. Just scroll through the first minute or so. So here's Reuters TV.
LinkedIn.
Too far. And so they interview some people from LinkedIn. Okay,
Facebook,
there it is. See?
Snapchat, and Google. Some of the stuff is a bit
So now they're asking LinkedIn about
but it
this.
stands out amid the job anniversaries resume update that make up most LinkedIn content. So what does LinkedIn say about this trend? Reuters tech correspondent Salvador Rodriguez spoke to them.
LinkedIn doesn't comment on the broetry term. I'm not sure that they want to associate themselves with that, but they have said that since overhauling their feed 2 years ago, they've started to see record levels of engagement. This past year, they saw a 60% year-over-year increase in the amount of content that users have uploaded that is then viewed on the feed, such as broetry.
27-year-old Logan Young, co-founder of marketing software firm Blitzmetrics, and CTO Dennis Yu say the viral posts often share episodes of failures, have punchy 1 or 2 line sentences, and no photos, videos, or links.
I charged $2,000 for a $100,000 project, yet the client was pissed. He wanted Facebook ads, but didn't have any landing pages, videos, tracking,
okay, enough of
strategy.
Not exactly Shakespearean prose or raw.
Let's stop. So what does this teach us? What is the lesson here? What am I trying to show you? Reuse. Ride the wave. What else? Why? Why is this working? Because now it's on another channel, right? Now it's on Reuters, which is one of the biggest news organizations that all the other news organizations use. Now I can take the Reuters story, I can take the video that they produced, cut it up in different pieces, share that as blog posts, share that on YouTube, share that on Facebook, share it with whatever I want, and provided that the content that I'm sharing actually ties down to something that I'm making money on, then it makes a lot of sense for me. So we actually sell a course on how you can start your agency and service clients and run ads and set up pixels and all this. We teach a whole course. So if this is at the top of the funnel, people see this and it's high authority, then when they read this or watch this on Reuters, not on our site necessarily, they're like, oh, this guy knows something about how do you operate a digital marketing agency, right? So for those of us that have booths out there or are doing this for someone else, we have clients, how do we establish this kind of authority so that people aren't like, oh, how are you different than all the other people to do PPC and SEO? Oh, because of stuff like this, because of the clients we have, because of who we're associated with, right? So it's a different conversation that you're able to have. Have you guys heard of GoDaddy? Okay, so let's go to, on Facebook, let's go to Isaac Irvine, I-S-A-A-C. You have I-S-S. I-S-A, backspace, A-A-C. Yep, Irvine, down arrow, enter. You don't need to click. All right, click on the page. Now that's a page. It's a public figure page. It's not a profile. The profile is below, right? This is not a user profile. This is a public figure page. When you are verified, you can choose if you want to have your blue check mark on the page or the profile. Facebook recommends the page. Okay. And it's through Business Manager. Obviously, we have everything tied to our Business Manager and then the GoDaddy Business Manager, right? 2 business managers, always. Scroll down and let's look at some of these posts. You'll see that this page only has 4,000 likes. Now, Isaac runs community for GoDaddy. He's been at GoDaddy for 12 years. Everyone knows GoDaddy, right? So GoDaddy doesn't need to make you aware of GoDaddy because that doesn't make sense. So what is GoDaddy trying to do? When you think of GoDaddy, what do you think about? Domains. But did you know that GoDaddy is a multi-billion-dollar company that has spent several $billion in the last 3 or 4 years buying other companies that do marketing automation, that do hosting, that do email, that do website building, they do everything in the full range of digital marketing. They even have an agency too. Did you know that? Because normally, when GoDaddy goes and presents at a conference, or they have the big booth because they can afford to buy the biggest booth at the different conferences, people are like, oh yeah, I'm a GoDaddy customer, I have 50 domains. And they're like, okay, thank you so much for that. But did you know we actually offer all these other things too, right? So they needed to change that. Now, if you're Isaac and you're trying to change that perception, how might you go about doing this? Super Bowl ads, sponsoring sports teams, right? If you had the kind of money, you could do all of that, right? They had 2 NASCAR teams. That's how much money they had, right? You've seen their ads, right? So this is what we did. A couple years ago, you can see, we published that one on March 12, 2017. We had Isaac do a number of these 1-minute videos. Remember we talked about 1-minute videos? And a lot of you have submitted your 1-minute videos, which is great, right? You're like this, and like, oh, I'm not very good on video, but I really want the training, so I'm going to make a 1-minute video, right? And here he is. Let's play the sound. Start that from the beginning.
What do you think?
Hi.
Bigger.
All right, so you got bullied today, huh?
Yeah.
What happened? You want to talk about it?
So
Can you tell me what happened?
I was going to my line, then 2 boys
Arrows on
passed
that
me,
side.
and then
You
they
clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, that one.
made fun of me.
What did they make fun of you about?
My hair.
Because you have long hair?
Yeah.
It's pretty long, dude. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have long hair? Is there a reason why you have long hair?
I want to donate it.
So you're growing your hair out so you can donate it. And
Yeah.
some kids came by and said you look like a girl.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel, man?
It made me feel sad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of kids your age, like boys, huh, with long hair.
Yeah.
Pretty unique.
Yeah.
You want to know something secret?
What?
Daddy gets made fun of sometimes too.
Yeah, I know, 'cause you tattoos.
Yeah. People look at me and they're like,
All right,
look at
stop
that guy
that.
with all the tattoos on his.
So this is Isaac who's interviewing his son, and he took his cell phone and he propped it up on 2 bars of Irish Spring soap. And he just got back from working out, so he's sweating, but he's wearing his GoDaddy shirt. The curtains in the back of the bathroom, they don't match. And if he wanted to do a video properly, he would have dressed up properly, they would have rehearsed it, but he's just gathering it live. He didn't even know what happened. He knew that something was wrong from his kid who just got back from school. This video got shared on CBS News. Then Ellen DeGeneres picked it up. And it got, Ellen got shared on that show. Then it got shared on Lad Bible. Then it got shared on George Takei. They got shared on just do a search on Isaac Irvine and just do a search on his name. Exit out of that and do a search on his name. This video, well, the initial video only got 250,000 views because we started boosting for $1 a day, but this video reached over 100 million views. Yeah, just do a search on his name. And you'll see it's been picked up in all these different places on how to do viral videos. And what's funny is that he came to me a few years ago and he said, hey, I'm in charge of community and building all these personal brands across all of GoDaddy, but I myself don't have a very strong personal brand, so I feel like it's kind of fraudulent. I need to practice what we preach. So can you help me quickly get my personal brand going, right? You can click on the news, you can click on the blog, you can click on any of these. So we added up all the views that he got across all these different videos. Now, do you know how we were able to get this? It's because we engineered how the algorithms work on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatnot. We took a story that was already working, had a high engagement rate, high average watch time. Remember, it's the intersection between goals, content, and targeting, right? That creates the engagement. If I understand what drives that engagement, I can copy that into all the other channels. This is real. The pro-level marketers understand the psychology of why people engage. Yes, you can, it's all, there's lots of technology and data and tools and all this, but the real pros understand the psychology, because then it's channel independent. That's actually strategy. So if I do that, I can take it and I can target the media and get more coverage. I can target all the partners at GoDaddy. I can target all the employees at GoDaddy. I can target anyone who's a customer of HubSpot or is buying domains from someone else or is using WordPress, right? Now, what do you think the impact of this is now that it's gotten 100 million views? You might think, okay, he's got 100 million views. Why does that matter to GoDaddy? Did it drive them more sales? Why would that be valuable to GoDaddy? And when people are personally associated with that, because of that story, where they know that this is Isaac, who's a GoDaddy employee. What else? The name of the brand. So we've been able to change the perception of GoDaddy. GoDaddy, you remember Bob Parsons, who's the CEO? He got kicked out before. He was shooting elephants, and they had a bad name where they were not respecting women, this kind of thing, right? Do you remember that from years ago? They had to change the reputation. They had to change the image of GoDaddy. So it wasn't about trying to get everyone to be aware of GoDaddy or letting people know you can buy domains from GoDaddy. It was about, oh, this is very human. So what we did was we started with Isaac, and then we created 100 brands, 100 personal brands across GoDaddy. So there are veterans, there are people that are gay, there are people where they're working moms, people that they had some other kind of job before. They used to wash dishes and now they're working customer support. Some people, they used to live in Silicon Valley, then they moved to Phoenix where their headquarters is, right? Lots and lots of different stories. So you don't think of GoDaddy as like this giant multi-billion-dollar corporation, because the algorithm on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and whatnot will help identify which of those profiles is going to best associate. Can we get this to work? Will associate with any one of these stories. So we're relying upon the algorithm to figure out, of all the stories we have, which ones they need to see. So if it's a stay-at-home mom that's a potential customer of GoDaddy and she wants to start a blog and start selling the socks that she knits, right? Then the algorithm, not us, the algorithm's going to make sure that she's able to see that story. You follow me? So it's actually not our intelligence and how good we are at the technology. It's how well we put the work onto the network to do the work for us. You follow me? That's the big switch into 2020. It's letting the algorithm do the work. So I need to understand how far the algorithm is going to do the work for me. So if you guys can get the computer to work, we can do a search for Heather Dobson, who runs social media globally at GoDaddy, and she's a friend of mine. So how much would it cost, once you can get this to work, how much would it cost for me to get the head of social media at GoDaddy, or to get GoDaddy as a company, to then be able to promote me and promote our company and say, yep, these guys are the best at Facebook ads, they understand social media, all that. Like, how much money would you have to pay? Think about someone, some company, some brand that you would like to get their endorsement or testimonial. How much money would you have to pay to get Google to say, oh yes, these guys are really good at this, or they have the best skin cream, or they have the best massage machine, or whatever it is, right? How much would you have to pay for that? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? So Inception, you guys remember the movie Inception? The dream inside the dream inside the dream, at the very end, the snow caves, machine guns, all of this, right? Because you have to make them think like it was their idea. So if you want to get that kind of asset, then think about, because you're playing chess multiple steps, right? Most marketers are trying to drive straight to the consumer to purchase. But what if I want to influence the person that the consumer's influenced by, and then influence the influencer? How do I do that? That's Inception. So the way I do that is I trace it back to who has, and it's not always CNN. It's different depending on what the categories are of people that you're trying to influence. Oh, we got it working now. Okay, now I was just stalling. Now do a search for Heather Dobson, Heather, space Dopson, and then my name. And she runs social globally at GoDaddy, across all the different companies that they bought. And oh, there's a video, Beyond a Domain. Click on that. That one happens to be on Facebook, but I'm not saying this is a Facebook-only thing. Now notice, this is from live on the GoDaddy Facebook page in front of millions of people.
No,
producer, you gotta say, like, you're live.
I'll scroll through this. I go to the bottom bar and scroll through the timeline, grab that little white circle and drag it down so we can start to see what there is, and drag until you see me hold up some documents. Drag faster. There's multiple times when I'll do this. So she's interviewing me as GoDaddy, and we're talking about personal branding, talking about various things, and then, yep, there we go, there's one. All right, see? Now play that part. And I brought
Then when
some
you have that
props,
content,
and I
you
said,
can stick it
"Here's
inside
how
your
you set up
email,
plumbing.
on your Facebook.
Here's how you do these various
inside
things."
your Infusionsoft, like whatever it might be. Just then you can flow the content through your
Okay, enough of
plumbing.
that.
Right. So
So this is an hour and 15 minutes, something like this. So when you do an interview, like where's Jitendra, is he here? So you do an interview with somebody, they interview you, maybe it's 30 minutes long. This is what I was talking about yesterday with long form content. There could be a snippet in there, normally at the very beginning, and usually somewhere in the middle, where they say, oh, Itai is so amazing, blah, 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 right? Because they want to introduce you. Obviously, when you're interviewing somebody, you have to make them, you have to, edify them in the beginning, right? So you take that snippet and you turn it into a 15-second story that you promote on all the other channels. You turn it into a tweet, you turn it into a pre-roll video on YouTube, you see, if you collect these particular components, do another search on my co-founder, Logan Young, who screwed me over. Logan Young and Heather Dobson. Do that. Not the word and, yeah. And again, it's on the show, and it's on YouTube, and it's on their blog, and it's other kinds of things like this. And let's see. No, that's not that one. Oh, that's okay. Okay, go to Facebook, and here, I'll show you some Inception. Now type in Heather Dobson in there. Now remember, she works at GoDaddy. She does not work for us, but we are big supporters of her. And we can see there's Heather Dobson as a person, but she also has a public figure page. Search Heather Dobson. Yeah. There's her as a person. Then click on pages. Oh, yeah, there is another way to do it. She's got a public figure page, and she's speaking. And because she runs social globally for GoDaddy, she represents the voice of GoDaddy. She has admin on the Twitter, on the LinkedIn, on the Instagram, all this. And of course, you can see I'm administrator on it, right? Is it because I hacked in? Why would she give me administrator on her assets? Why would she do that? Because? Trust. Because she trusts me, because I'm not going to abuse it. I could say, hey, you should buy all of the things that Blitzmetrics has to sell. You should hire them. But I would never do that, right? In fact, I'll do better than that. Rather than me saying it, let's have her say it. So scroll down. Oh, personal branding. There's this. Keep scrolling, and you'll see. Click on that appreciation versus gratitude. Yeah, that one. No, to the right. Oh, the other, yeah.
do you know the difference?
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. No. No.
Do you know the
Yes.
difference?
Stop. The one you were playing, let it play.
Do you know the difference between appreciation
Bigger.
and gratitude? A lot of people seem to think that they're the same thing. And appreciation is the best word I can use to describe my colleague, my friend, my mentor, my inspiration, Dennis Yu. I am eternally inspired by him. I am consistently appreciative that Dennis is just who Dennis is. He has been such a great role model for me. I have learned from him. I have been able to pass on the things that I've learned from him.
Press stop. So, she said this. I didn't say this. But because she said it, and it's posted from her public figure page, I can take that and I can boost it, okay? This is something that almost nobody understands. So if you get this one thing, you'll understand this whole second talk that I've done. She said it, not me. And it's being published from her public figure page, but I am boosting from my ad account. Do you see the difference here? My fingerprints are not on this, but it's not black hat. Anytime someone says something good about you. So now I have now exit out of that, and let's go to Brad Lee, B-R-A-D space L-E-A. You can see he's well known. Or we go to Grant Cardone, or we can go to other people that are well known. And then we have admin on their pages, or maybe like Billy Jean, we have admin on his page, right? You can see there it is, there's Brad Lee, right? He's well known, he is the big lifestyle, interviewing all the big entrepreneurs, right? But then I've been on his show, he's interviewed me, we're taking those clips and we're boosting it from his page. You see how this works? Now go to my public figure page, the Dennis Yu public figure page, and let me show you. So this should give you some ideas on, because most marketers are marketing content that they say about their product on their properties. I'm telling you, use what they have to say from their properties, but your ad account, but you distribute across these other places. Now go to videos, and let's scroll through some of these videos here. Yes, what's more powerful, them saying good things about you? Scroll. Yes, you can, because they can give you admin. And there's a brand tool that lets you, a brand collaborations tool that lets you do that. See, you didn't know that was possible. Now that changes things for you. Keep scrolling to the Grant Cardone one we like to show. So that's why my buddy Azrael is in the very back. I call him the king of, stand up. He's the king of Facebook ads, right? Not just the best one in Israel, he's the king. Keep scrolling. And doesn't that, so why don't I say, oh yeah, no, I'm the king of Facebook ads. I'm better than, I've spent more money than Azrael. I've spent $1 billion on Facebook ads. Let's fight, who's better at Facebook ads? No, I just say, no, he's the best. He's the best at Facebook ads, right? I know we're out of time. I'll show you this one thing. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. I'll show you one last thing. Keep going. I have lots of these things that we're teaching. And keep going. Well, okay, no, there it is. Uncle G shares his tip. Top right. That one. You guys know Grant Cardone? Yeah. Okay, so watch the beginning of this.
Hey guys, Dennis wanted me to send you this best 1 minute tip. Bro, you got to be authentic. You got to be transparent. You got to get people's attention. I'm like, hey! That's one way to get their attention. Now, if you're in a professional setting, it might be more like making a big claim. Okay, I guarantee you something. You got to punch. You got to have a hook. You got to get excited. So. And let me just say this, all that being said, quantity beats quality. Don't kid yourself. You got to get out there a lot, okay? Hey, you guys be great, 10X everything, think in 10X levels. And that dude you're working with, Dennis Yu, he's a bad, bad man. You see what I do? I keep getting your attention. He's a bad, bad man. And that's my little girl right there. She a freak. And that used to be grapefruit on my plate.
So then we've boosted this post over and over again and used it. So it's his content, right? It can be his page, or actually it's on my page, and I'm boosting it. Think about how this is going to apply to all the content that you have. So your customers, your partners, the people that you work with are doing the work for you. It's not what you have to say about yourself. Think about how this changes how you're going to do marketing, because you've got to collect all this content at scale. You've got to build your topic wheel on the outside, all these different stories, and then that drives you audiences. So if one ad account gets shut down, it doesn't matter because you have all these other ad accounts from all these other pages. One website gets hammered on Google because of search, that's okay. You have all these other websites that all rank on these different things, all funneling into the middle in your topic wheel. Do you follow me on this? Do this. You will find it works. It takes a little bit of time. It's a lot of effort to get going, but this will be absolutely incredible for you because it doesn't look like advertising, and it will work no matter what changes with any of the algorithms. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you got some value.